And just a reminder that the Marcy website is www.maarc.ca, and the updates are there for the flea market and so forth. And if you're part of the Marcy Facebook group as well, there's current information there as well. And for those that aren't part of the Marcy group on Facebook, but would like to be, just search for Mountain Area Material Club on the groups there, and you'll have a chance to be part of the audience. OK, so any other announcements for the Maritime Fusion Net? Y a-t-il d'autres annonces pour le Fusion Maritime V1, VON avec quoi? VE1, VON? Still monitoring for announcements. Okay, so this is the Maritime Fusion Net. So we're going to start off with PEI. So we're looking for PEI stations, station de l'île du Prince-Édouard. So V1, VON, staying by for PEI stations. Go ahead, please.
Victor Echo 1, Alpha India Charlie, V1 AIC. I guess our internet still working.
Yeah, V1 AIC, Ron, V1 VON. Go ahead for the Maritime Fusion Net.
Yeah, good evening, Ron. I don't know how it's working, but it seems the Wires X network is getting through, but not much else. Pretty well, most of the Maritimes, Southern New Brunswick, PEI, Nova Scotia, especially, the internet is down to a crawl or not at all. Some sites not there at all. So, no, both Bell and Eastlink, it's a big one. If anybody cares, outside of the Maritimes, but it's, for some reason the Wires X is working. The one AI.
V1 AIC, Ron, very best. No problem, Ron. Thank you for that update around the internet outage and so forth. We'll monitor and see if there's delays between the different nodes and so forth. Thanks for checking in there and letting us know. Okay, so we'll move over to New Brunswick. Down to New Brunswick, VE1, VON, standing by for New Brunswick stations. Go ahead, please.
Charlie.
Victor Echo 9, Mike Tango Victor, VE9 TV. 9, Papa Lima. Echo 9, Charlie Golf Lima. Bravo, Oscar, Foxtrot.
And we're going to pause there and get things going. So let's see, we have Ross has already checked in. Let's get things going with Mike. V9, Mike Tango Victor. Good evening, Mike. Welcome to the Maritime Fusion Net. Good.
Yeah, VE1 VON with the Maritime Net, VE9 MTV. I think VE9 GC was in before me there, Yvonne. Anyway, just a message for Ron there on the island. Well, I'm with Rogers Internet, and my internet is up to par there. It's working good, so no problems here. The speed is 96% there, network speed. So it seems to be maybe a localized problem. I don't know. Hard to say these days. Anyway, still 24 degrees here, and a little announcement there too. I didn't jump in at the start, but the Moncton Amateur Club is celebrating their anniversary this August. So they have a special call sign, and they're going to operate the club radio for different members and all that. So they're not all on all the time, but if you hear them on and you hear the special occasion call, if you get a contact there, I think we're supposed to be making some special QSL cars there for that. So the call sign is Victor Echo 9, Mike 85 Alpha. Victor Echo 9, Mike 85 Alpha. The 85th anniversary. So Victor Echo 9, Mountain 85 Alpha. So anyway, other than that, you all keeping busy here, and hopefully good for you too, and hopefully enjoying the weather too. Weather, I like this kind of weather. There's not too muggy and just the right kind of soup there for sure. Anyway, back to you all, and don't forget, I heard him before me there. You VON, MTV.
MTV, VE1 returning here. That's Mike. Thank you much for that announcement and checking in. And as well for the V9 M85 call sign. I believe there's information on their website for that as well. Okay, so we're going to get Gordon in here. And I apologize, Gordon, because when I put your name in, Ross came in like the autocorrect, added an F at the end of your call. So V9, go. Good evening. Welcome to the Maritime Fusion Net. Go ahead, please.
Yeah, V1 V1 with the net, VE9 Gold Charlie, bonsoir, there you go. And 203 pounds, yeah, no problem, I don't mind, you know, I know what it's like, I've been a net controller, so I know how easy it is to hear a part of a call and get somebody else in there at the same time. Anyway, no particular issues, and yes, Mike, the cards are being produced. I was going over the artwork with the printer today. So things should be coming along in a little bit for those. And much like you, the weather here is a little cooler. I'm 23 degrees down here on the hole. And so it's kind of peeking through and setting. So looks like it's going to be an evening. Could be a good one for to be able to sleep. As for that, I'll just turn it back to you there, Yvonne. Thank you for doing the net. Thank you for calling me in. V1 VON, VE9GC.
JC, VE1 VM returning very best, Gordon. Thank you much for checking in. Appreciate that. Next on the list is Mr. Paul, VE9 PAL. Good evening, Paul. Welcome to the Maritime Fusion Net. Go ahead, please.
Yeah, VE1 VO1, the VE9 PAL. How you doing there, Ivan and Mike and Gordon and everybody else on the net? Yeah, she's still 24 here in Irishtown, not too far from Mike and Gordon. Sun's out there. She's just perfect right now. Other than that, no traffic. You guys all have a great and safe week and take care of yourself. VON, VE9 PAL.
Hey, VE9 PAL, Mr. Paul. Very best, Paul. Thank you much for checking in. Next on the list is Bob, VE9 Bravo Oscar Foxtrot. Good evening. Welcome to the Maritime Fusion Network, please.
V1 VON. V9 Bravo Oscar Foxtrot. Good evening, Yvonne. Everybody else that's on the Fusion Net tonight. Nice day tonight, and we had went to the club this morning and had an eyeball there with a few of the boys. She's about 21. Temperature showing on the thermometer there. Gentle breeze below windows. So I think she's going to be a nice night sleeping there. No further traffic. V9 Bravo Oscar from there.
And V9 West, Mr. Bob, very best. Thank you much for checking in. Next on the list is Oscar, V9 OSK. Good evening. Welcome to the Maritime Fusion Net. Go ahead.
V1 VON, V9 OSK. Bonsoir, Yvonne, and everybody on the Fusion tonight. We're doing fine. Just got back from a little vacation there at Magdalen Islands, and just got back after supper last night, and starting to set again and get back to the old routine there, Yvonne. 7 trees, and thanks for calling me in. Victor Echo 9, Oscar, Sierra, Kilo, India.
And V9 Oscar Sierra Kilo, very best. Thank you much, Oscar. Next on, although I didn't hear them call, I saw them. So I'm just going to call them in just in case there's no issue. So V9 Whiskey Charlie Lima. 9 Whiskey Charlie Lima. Check in. Now's your chance.
Well, I'm checking in. This is Victor Echo 9 Whiskey Charlie Lima in Shediac. I just want to say hi to everybody and hope you have a nice month. Other than that, I got traffic. I just want to say hi to everybody. Hi. I'll be on the side. Victor Echo 9 Whiskey Charlie Lima.
And V9 Whiskey Charlie Lima, Roger. Thank you much for checking in. Appreciate that. Hope I didn't catch you off guard there. I just saw your call come up on my screen, so I know sometimes there's delays, and I don't get delays, so that's why I'm making an effort there to get you guys in. Next person that showed up on my screen from New Brunswick was Harvin. V9 PV, Papa Kilo. Check in, nice chance, go ahead.
VE1 VON, this is Victor Echo 9, Papa Victor, Praveen in Sackville. Just to reflect on the internet problems, I just had them also in Sackville, and I'm on the, on the very fast network with the Eastlink. But I was wondering if something was really going wrong with my machine. But now I know it's a bit more widespread. So just thought I'd let people know I have some things I could catch, some things I could not on my computer. 73 to all, and thank you for that. 73. I'll stay on the side now.
And V9 Papa Kilo Victor Roger. Thank you, Parvin, for that update as well. And yeah, we suspect person that mentioned there was internet issues. So I'm suspecting we'll have some lingering issues there with it. But thank you for updating us. We appreciate that. And we're at the bottom. We're going to swing over to Nova Scotia. Faster than a new Valley. Net controller is Victor Echo 1, Victor Oscar November, Yvon. And we're now waiting for Nova Scotia Station. Station de la Nouvelle-Écosse. Go ahead, please.
Victor Echo 1, Zulu, V1ZX. Victor Echo 1, India, Quebec.
Victor Echo 1 Juliet Bravo Lima, VE1JBO.
Victor Echo 1, Mike 80, 1 and 1.
Okay, we're gonna park ourselves right there. Good to go with Mr. Brad, VE1 Zulu X-Ray. Good evening. Welcome to the Maritime Fusion Net. And go ahead, please.
V1 VON from V1 Zulu X-Ray. Good evening, Yvonne, and very good evening to everybody on the frequency here. A bad day down here in Two Islands. Sun most of the day. Thanks for doing the net, Yvonne, and thanks for checking in. V1 VON from V1 Zulu X-Ray.
And V1 Zulu X-Ray, Mr. Brad. Very bad. Thank you much for checking in. And to get the bees going, Mr. Brian, VE1 India to the IQ. Good evening. Welcome to the Maritime Fusion Net. And go ahead, please.
VE1 VON, VE1 IQ. Brian here. We're coming from the Lookout Campground here up in Blomlin, or close to Blomlin here in the valley, and coming to BFB repeater across the pond there. And bit of wind blowing, bit of overcast up here, but enjoyable. And thanks for doing the net, Yvonne. E1 India, Quebec.
India, Quebec, Roger. Thank you, Brian. I appreciate you checking in. Next on the list is famous Jim. Good evening, Jim from Tignish, VE1 JBL. Good evening. Welcome to the Maritime Fusion Net. Go ahead, please.
VE1 VON and the Maritime Fusion at VE1 JBL. Yeah, good evening, Yvonne. All on frequency there. Good to hear you on there. Thanks very much for doing the net there, Lee. And what Ron was saying, there's a lot of him this year because I've actually moved over to Brad's repeater, BFB. a lot of the conversation is being lost on AMH. So right from the start. So I've gone to BFB. It seems to be fine, and I even gave them to FR, and it seems to be fine also. So and I think it's Seaside. It's the internet up there at the air site there. But anyway, a lot of hit and miss at the Amber site. So I slid over to BFB. So that's where I'm from tonight, Yvonne. Thanks for calling me in, and we'll be monitoring here 7-3 for now. VE1, VE1, the Net, VE1, maybe eligible. Continuous bridge 7-3 for now.
VE1 JBL, Mr. Jim, very best. Thanks so much for that update. We appreciate that. Next on the list is my friend Mike, VE1 Mike Yankee. Good evening, Mike. Welcome to the Maritime Fusion Net. Go ahead, please.
Good evening, everyone. VE1 boy, not much going on here. All the whole sunshine most of the day. But anyway, just keep our friends safe and everybody stay safe. VE1 boy from the point.
And V1MI, Mr. Mike, very best. Thank you much for checking in. And just like that, we're at the bottom of the list for Nova Scotia. We're going to swing back to PEI, looking for PEI station, Station de l'Île du Prince-Édouard. Net controller is Victor Eglon, Josh November, name is Yvonne, and we're controlling that as Dieppe, New Brunswick, but we're still looking for PEI station, Station de l'Île du Prince-Édouard. Go ahead, please.
VE1 RMJ, not in PEI, but just not sure if you're hearing me.
Yeah, V1 RMJ, Mr. Rob, yes, you're coming in loud and clear. Go ahead for your check-in.
Good evening, Yvonne. VE1 RMJ here. I missed one there for a second and now. So, anyway, good evening to you and all those on frequency. Yeah, I tried a few times there on your last shout out to NoScope. Apologies for getting into PEI, but sounds like it's going to be quiet, so I thought I'd take this opportunity. Yeah, I tried a few times. I heard Jim AMH. He was missing most of the conversation, but I've been listening the whole time. I'm running. I ended up changing DNS settings to 8.8.8, which is Google, and Google's sites are running really great, but other sites are hit and miss. So here I'm on Eastlink, so it seems to be them and mainly. So anyway, just wanted to throw out there that the live stream is working and being running, which most of my other stuff isn't. But anyway, I'm sure they're working to figure it out. I know there has been some others on the province internet the last couple days. So anyway, I won't keep it long. Great net. Thank me and Century. E1 RMJ.
Yeah, V1 RMJ, Mr. Robert, for your best. No problem, and thank you for checking in for that. Appreciate you keeping up with the efforts, but I know we're having issues here, so thank you for those efforts. And just like that, we're going to swing back to New Brunswick. We're going to be New Brunswick Station, Station de New Brunswick, VE1, V1, goodbye for stations. Go ahead, please.
VE9, Victor Alpha. Victor, Echo 9, Charlie Golf Lima.
Echo 9, Golf Uniform Sierra.
Victor, Echo 9, Papa in November.
Okay, we're going to pause there. First on the list is Mr. Vern, V9VEA. Good evening, Vern. Welcome to the Maritime Fusion Net. I didn't know you had a fusion radio. You're a high-tech person, man. Go ahead, please.
V1 that control green mystery one, and good evening, fine, and understanding hams on frequency there for sure. And Yvonne, I got a Fusion radio. I've had an FT400 for about 3.5 years. An FT3 handheld, and that's about it. And today we almost got our PDN node up and running, but the Acer network on me doesn't want long types of characters in the necessary boxes. I got left tomorrow. Then we'll have our own PDN node on running there. And just to let you know, Jim, we got everything on Monday morning we need for the node, and we're all set to go now. So as soon as I get the right way. If it doesn't run the right way tomorrow, I got an idea Best Buy or Staples is going to get a phone call. Outside of that, Yvonne, that's enough foolishness out of me. We'll wish everybody on frequency a great evening and a great, fantastic wake-up for them all. 731 88th ladies, the freshman evening there, and the shortwave listeners. We're going to turn it back to VE1, VE1, net control VE9, Victor, Royal, for area trackety shot. 730 on, 730 everybody, bye-bye.
And V1, V9 VEA, it's the Vern. Very best. Thank you for checking in. Pleasure to hear you there. Hello, this is Ryan Charlie. Good. Welcome to the Maritime Fusion Net. Go ahead, please.
VE1, VE1, VE9 CGL. Good evening, Yvonne, and everybody else on the Maritime Fusion Net. We had a nice day, nice sunshine. I love it. 7-3 all around, and stay safe from VE9 Charlie Golf Lima.
And Charlie Golf Lima, Roger. Thank you much for checking in, my friend. Pleasure to hear you. Next on the list is Mr. Gus, my friend, V9 GUS with his 991 early. Good evening, Gus. Welcome to the Maritime Fusion Net. Good.
Well, E1 to win. Yvonne, good evening to you, sir. Good to hear you in there. Yes, I'm coming from... And I think you should be seeing that on the screen. I adjusted that the other night. And I'm also on the CQ Maritime, but I'm on my P. So that's I am here with the video mode right now. Other than that, not really much traffic. A beautiful, beautiful day here in Moncton today, Mike. It was just a pleasure to be alive. And I took the bike up to Shadyac and out to Boudreaux West to see my local mechanic there. I had a tail light that wasn't coming on. It was due to a bad connection, so we got that fixed, and I drove back home again. The bike, hi. But anyway, that's about it from here. Gonna relax for the rest of the evening, I think. 7-3s to everybody on frequency, and if you get a call, you haven't gone outside the province yet, to the Maritimes, but I would imagine there's a few people out there. Hey, sir, good evening to you. Thank you for calling in, Yvonne, and great to hear you. And you're good. Thank you. VE9 GOS clear.
CUS, Mr. Gus, for best. Thank you much for checking out. Appreciate that. And enjoying your 991. We have quite a few of us with the 991. There's up to like 4, I think, just in the Moncton area. We could almost start a net just for that radio. Hi. Have a good evening. Just thank you for checking in again. Next list is my long distance breaker, Mr. Bert. Brian PIM. Good evening, Bert. Welcome to the Maritime Fusion Net. Go ahead, please.
Well, good evening, everyone. Not much to report. I've been working in St. Quentin there for the last 2 days, and phone tolls, and tomorrow we're not on the job in St. Quentin, but there was another job waiting for us during Green Falls, so we're going to do that tomorrow. And my friends don't like to work on Fridays, so we'll be off. Should be off Friday again, and Saturday going down to Gaspé Coast to pick up Natalie. Last week there at Vermont past Shadyac, so I'm just going to go down to Cross Point to bring her up there. Besides that, been a while. So you have a positive evening to all. A good evening and a good rest of the week.
And Mr. Best, so thank you much, Bird, for checking in. Appreciate that. And before we swing back to the Maritime Province, we're just going to give a chance there for external province to check in. So non-Maritime Province or state, if you're monitoring the Maritime Fusion net and you'd like to check in, not chance. Victor Echo, Victor Oscar number, the controller. And we're now listening for outside of the Maritime Province contacts. So if you're not in New Brunswick, PI, or Nova Scotia, I'd like to hear from you right now. VU1, VUN, stand by.
V1 Ocean Radio, Portable B.
Victor, Yankee 2, Golf, Foxtrot.
Victor Echo Niner, Foxtrot, Charlie Papa, Essex.
And Echo 1, Charlie Sierra Echo. Forgot the second workaround there for Nova Scotia. Aye.
Okay, we're going to pause there and get things going with Victor Echo 1. Oscar Romeo, good evening. Welcome to the Maritime Fusion Net. Go ahead, please.
Yeah, Yvonne and everybody. Here's Steve, Sierra Tango Echo Victor Echo. And north and a little east of Toronto tonight. Enjoying a glass of wine on the deck. 50 degrees centigrade here today. No humidity. And we got a light breeze and the temperature's dropping, so quite enjoying. And we've been listening along. And that's it. Headed to VE1 territory on Saturday. And we'll try back on it.
OR/GE. Very best. Thank you much for checking in from Toronto. And Roger, you're back in the Maritime there over a couple of days, and we're looking to see you in the neighborhood. Hope the traffic's not too bad there. It sounds like COVID restrictions are relaxing, which increases volumes of people and cars all over the place. I'm sure you must have noticed. Okay, so with that, we're going to swing by and see George, VY Golf, Mr. George. Have you liked house lately? Come back with your update, please.
Well, good evening, Yvonne, and everybody in the net. Well, Mark's the first that I've been able to check in a few weeks or more. Anyway, finally, I guess days off. So anyway, Lighthouse. Well, next one coming up is in. Okay, then, yeah, I guess it'll be 2 weeks for this weekend. Anyway, I hope everybody has a good day. We'll look forward to the next one. Foxtrot.
Hey, Yankee 2 Golf. That's right, Mr. George. There, thank you, George. And I was just chatting with Angus there yesterday. And we were just seeing how much we were doing the light. We're looking for to start there in the first year. Hopefully, once these COVID stuff gets under control, we can get back to normal. Thank you, George. This is obviously long distance. Mr. Francis, Victor Echo 9, Foxtrot Charlie Papa. He said, good evening, Francis. And it sounds like you might have. Are you there permanently now, Francis? Go ahead, please.
VE1, VN for the Maritime Fusion net from Victor Echo 9, Foxtrot Charlie Papa, portable VE6. And good evening to everybody in the Maritime Fusion net. We're not up here permanently yet. We're just up for a short visit. In fact, it's coming up on Saturday. So that's the main purpose of our trip out here the weekend. Plus, we're testing out Harno. We're using the Victor 6 Foxtrot Papa Nota. We're in Edmonton, and we're still using the FD70 going into that node, doing some testing. And that's the other thing I've got to be doing up here. Is we're in fact looking for a place to start up a new antenna farm. Sold our place 2 weeks ago here. We're in the process. By the end of October, we should be transplanted here in the VE6 territory. So quite warm up here, I have to say. It's no offshore breezes up here to cool things down, I can tell you. And we'll leave it go at that. Thanks once again for calling us home. It was a pleasure to talk to you. A great weekend coming up, and the rest of the week for sure. Numbers are unfortunately starting to crawl up slowly, so we better be careful. Hopefully folk are taking vaccination seriously and getting protected. I may look strange out here, but I'm still wearing a mask. I'm not taking any chances even though I have both vaccines. Kind of like to be around for a bit yet. Central VE1 VON from VE portable VE6 7PL.
V9 Foxtrot Charlie Papa / VE6 Francis. How's the smoke up there? Are you getting this from the VC fires? I know we got some down here yesterday. I assume it was the jet stream pushing it over here, but maybe even worse out there. Over.
Actually, it's not too bad today, Yvonne. There's been a couple of days where the horizon's been hard to see downtown Edmonton. There's a few clouds out there, and of course a bit of it could be. Things will be better a weekend for wedding pictures are in Banff because that's where we're hoping nice shots with the mountains. And you know how we make out. Thanks for asking. 7-3 for now. VE or VE6 clear.
There, and best of luck with the wedding and the weather and so forth, because we know that's pretty. The church is always the weather. So enjoy your stay and enjoy the wedding, and we'll hope for the best there for the summer and the weather as well. Take care. We look forward to having you back in the Maritime whenever you get back here. Next, latest is Victor X, Charlie CL X. Good evening to the Maritime Fusion. Go ahead, please.
They usually don't make unusual schedules, right? Okay, there are in Nova Scotia we have 11 actors, 2 just today in the central. One of those 2 in hospital. You that sound like a good point. So hopefully everyone's to keep with their PPE, personal protection equipment there, the mask. It won't spread too. I think they're transmitting through Greenwood, actually, VP1 BL from behind Walmart behind us. Fading up, so I'll play that. Make sure you do you on and hold on frequency. Have a great rest of the weekend. Above all, keeping your VE1 CSE.
And VE1 CSE, Robert Best. Thank you much for checking in. And check that. There's checking me from. We're doing good this evening. Okay, so with that, you're going to swing to Nova Scotia. So working for Nova Scotia Station. That's New Vegas. Next controller is Victor Victor Oscar November, local station. Sur de la Nouvelle-Écosse.
Victor Zulu Golf.
Victor Alpha 1, Victor Charlie.
Lima.
If you want to check in, that's your chance. Go ahead, please.
So Victor Echo 1, Victor Oscar November from Victor Echo 1 Zulu Golf. It's already going. Going tonight from 5 Islands Provincial Park. I'm here for 2 days. Beautiful weather. Managed to dig some clams today. Had a good clam feast. Got to tour the area a bit. Went to Parsboro. So that helps. And back to net control. Echo 1 Zulu Golf.
And Victor Echo 1 Zulu Golf. By Roger. Thank you for checking in. Appreciate that. From nice and clear. Thank you for those efforts. And with that, we're from the Nova Scotia list, and we're going to swing over to PI, see if we can drag another PI station to that island. Station de l'île du Prince-Édouard. Net controllers Victor Echo, Victor Echo November, and you're now by for stations. L'île
Jealous of the Nova Scotia on V1 JW.
V1 viewing, standing by for your stations. Go ahead, please.
Victor Echo 9, Alpha Sierra Bravo.
take you for dinner. Other than that, you have yourself a great evening and a great net. You're doing a fine job. 7-3 from Victor Echo 1, Juliet Charlie Sierra.
Echo 1, Juliet Charlie Sierra. Roger, thank you much for checking in, my friend. I appreciate that. Have you at 215 kilometers from my station. Unfortunately, it's not the record breaker because I had somebody from Edmonton, from a V6 lane, so he's my record breaker this evening, which is good. But you are my number 30, so I appreciate that. You broke my, you gave me another even number, 30. Appreciate that. Okay, so any stations anywhere, this is the Maritime Fusion Net, and we're accepting any calls from any station, province or states. VE1, VUN, next caller, stand by for any stations anywhere. Go ahead, please.
Victor Kilo 4 Kilo Uniform VK 4 KU.
Hey, we're going to get things on with Mr. Kevin, VE1KEV Kilo Echo Victor. Good evening, Kevin. Welcome to the Maritime Fusion Net. Go ahead, please.
Yeah, very good evening, Yvonne. V1VON from V1KEV. Very good evening, and good evening to all on the net there tonight. Here, a VK4 station coming up, so we'll also say good evening to him as well. Beautiful day in Amherst there this evening, and I worked in Moncton and Maryland Cook today, and it was certainly a warm one, that's for sure. We're still sitting at 21 degrees, of course, and beautiful evening there. So anyway, just got in the shack and thought we better get in here before you tie a ribbon on things. So we'll give you a check in there, and thanks for calling me in there, Yvonne. 7-3, have yourself a great evening and a great rest of the week. V1VON from V1KEV. 7-3.
Yeah, V1KEV, Mr. Kevin. Very best. Thank you, Kevin. Appreciate that. Thanks for checking in. I know we have some connection issues there, so appreciate your patience. Next on the list is Victor Kilo 4, Kilo Uniform. Good evening. Welcome to the Maritime Fusion Net. And go ahead, please.
Victor 1 VON, I hope I've got that correct. VK4 Kilo Uniform. My name is Ray, Romeo Alpha Yankee, and I try to log in on this net every so often. It's almost 9 o'clock in the morning here, and we're about to have coffee and then go shopping. So I'd like to say hello, and if Jim's listening, good day to Jim. Put it back to net control. Thank you very much for letting me come in. VK4 Kilo Uniform.
4 Kilo Uniform. Good morning, and thank you for checking in. Yes, you're coming in nice and clear, and you got my call correct. It looks like you're coming in from Queens Lane, Australia. I just looked you up there on Curiosity. You're looking like a pretty good solid signal this evening, and thank you for taking that time to check in with our small net here in eastern Canada. We appreciate that. So hope you're having a good time this in the morning, and enjoy your coffee. And we'll hopefully hear you again there on a regular basis. We enjoy having these long-distance contact with us on the Maritime Fusion Net. We appreciate it. Thank you much, and thank you for adding a check mark on the list there. We appreciate that. And with that, you're my number 32. So we appreciate that, and thank you, and we look forward to hearing you again there on the net. Okay, so with that, we're at the bottom of that list, and we're looking for any stations anywhere. States, province, other countries. This is the Maritime Fusion Net, and there's a net controller this evening is Victor Echo 1, Victor Oscar November, name here is Yvonne, and we're controlling the net out of Dieppe, New Brunswick. So we're now listening for any stations anywhere. VE1, VON, standing by.
Victor Echo 1, Charlie Delta Mobile.
And Victor Echo 1, Charlie Delta, Mr. Trevor. Good evening. Welcome to the Maritime Fusion Net. Go ahead, please.
E1 VON and Fusion Net, E1 CD mobile. Good evening, Yvonne, and all those on frequency. And just on the way back here from work, heading towards home. Slightly overcast and 18 here on the 103. Hopefully the traffic's clear for the rest of the trip home. There won't be too much longer now, half hour or so. So anyway, we'll say 7-3. Hope everyone has a great week here. E1 VON, the E1 CD mobile.
Victor Echo 1, Charlie Delta, Mr. Trevor. Very best. Thank you much for checking in. I appreciate that. And we're the bottom of that list, and we're looking for any stations anywhere. VE1, VON, standing by.
Victor Echo 9, Victor India Charlie.
And Victor Echo 9 or Victor India Charlie. Good evening. Welcome to the Maritime Fusion Net. Go ahead, please.
Good evening, Yvonne. No traffic here. We had a beautiful day. 7212 on frequency. V9 Victor India Charlie.
And V9 Victor India Charlie. Roger. Thank you much for checking in. Appreciate that. Merci beaucoup. Je sais que t'es régulier, je t'ai entendu souvent. Merci beaucoup. Okay, so any stations anywhere, E1, VON, standing by. Okay, so we're going to do a last call since it's been an hour. We don't want to keep up this network for longer than needed. Although the net is a fun net this evening, but I know we do have issues, so we're going to go last call for the Maritime Fusion Net. Any stations anywhere, last call. VE1, VON, standing by.
VE9 SDH. Marty?
Victor Echo 1, November Echo.
Victor Echo 9, Papa India November.
Good evening, Scott. Welcome to the Maritime Fusion Net. Good, please.
VE1, VON, VE9, SCH. Good evening to all those on the Maritime Fusion Net. Scott from Sussex. Nice to hear you there tonight, Evo. And just got home a little late tonight and had the barbecue going and was listening to the net there. Great to hear everyone there tonight. Had to eat the hamburgers before I was able to call in. I wish everyone a 73 and have a great week. VE9 SCH. I'll be clear.
The net. VE1 NEL, back to net control.
I do the burgers too. Okay, thank you, Scott. It's a pleasure to hear you there. Hope you're having a good evening. Enjoy the nice weather. And we're going to swing back to Bert for his recheck. V9PIN recheck. Good evening, Bert. Go ahead.
Okay, sorry for that. There was another station in there also. They're, I guess, talking over Scott. Forgot to tell everybody that today, this afternoon, we had a balloon, an EPRS balloon that went over our head. If you want to track it, it's, get a pen and a pencil. It's Sierra Alpha 6 Bravo Sierra dash 12. I repeat, Sierra Alpha 6 Bravo Charlie dash 12. I usually do every night 24-hour recap of EPRS since we're all along the Trans-Canada Highway here in Edmundston to see who went by, who goes by, and just see the traffic there. The
the American station. Sometimes I get the European station go by, and the Canadian station on APRs. Anyway, go look that up. It's stuck at the end of, I think it's PEI there. Don't know my Atlantic much. Can't go out. Newfoundland. There we go. It's out at Newfoundland, and it's been stuck there since 5 o'clock tonight. So whether it went down or whether there was no more APRs around, and just to give you an altitude, people flies a bit there. Altitude was 10,960 meters at the time. Thanks a lot, Centuries.
And V9PIN, Mr. Bert Fairbass, thank you much for the update on the APRS balloon. Appreciate that. I'm going to check that out there after that. And we're swinging to Victor Echo 1, November Echo Lima, NEL. Sorry about that. We overlapped with your station there. If you want to come back with your call, with your check-in there, we would appreciate it. VE1 NEL. Go ahead for your check-in, please. VE1 VUN for the Maritime Fusion.
Yeah, VE1 NEL here. Yeah, no worries. Thanks a lot for giving me the second chance there. Sometimes it's a bit of a pile-up and some confusion there. Anyway, yeah, just a quick check-in. Just coming in through the VE1 AMH repeater tonight. And I turned it on as soon as I heard last call, so I was just trying to get in there. But yeah, just enjoying the night here and wanted to say hello to everyone on frequency and tell you thanks for doing the net. VE1 NEL clear.
VE1 NEL, VE1 VUN returning very best. Thank you much for checking in. Appreciate that. Thank you for your patience there with that overlap. I apologize for that again. Okay, so we're going to give another last call since we got multiple stations there. Last call, Maritime Fusion at any stations anywhere. VE1 VUN, standing by.
Victor Echo 9, Alpha Sierra Bravo, recheck.
V9 ASV, Mr. Larry, go ahead for your recheck.
Yeah, okay, thank you, Yvonne. I just remembered I got a little bit of traffic. I just wanted everybody to know that the Moncton Area Amateur Radio Club is planning at this point in time for a flea market on, I think it's the 13th of September. Check on maarc.ca, and you can get all the information on it there. And also, we have a special call set up this month. It's the 85th anniversary of the Moncton Area Amateur Radio Club, and we're on the air in the daytime, at least on 20 meters. And be nice to hear you and check in there. What else? I think that wraps it up, Yvonne. The call sign for that special call sign is Victor Echo 9, Mike 85 Alpha. Got an extra letter in it there. VE9, Mike. India Alpha, did I say? Yeah. Something like that. I should have my paper and pencil with me. Hi. Anyhow, check out the website and maarc.ca, and all the info is in there. Have a great day, sir. 7-3, and thanks for V9 ASB Portable.
ASB Portable, Mr. Larry. Very best, Larry. Thank you much for those announcements. Ralph mentioned that as well at the very beginning of the net, so thank you for bringing them up towards the end there. It's two interesting topics, so I'm sure that people can check the Maritime website for information at www.marc.ca. And you'll have information about the flea market and the special event station. And I believe it's V9M85 Alpha for 85th anniversary of their Maritime Club, Moncton Area Amateur Radio Club, I should say. Okay, so we're just going to pause again and see if there's any other station, latecomers. My third last call, VE1VUN, last call for any stations anywhere.
Victor Echo 7, Echo India Alpha. Victor Echo 7, Echo India Alpha mobile.
And Victor Echo 7, Echo India Alpha. I believe it's Mr. Ron. Good evening. Welcome to the Maritime Fusion Net. And go ahead, please.
Hey, Yvonne, just want to catch the tail end here. I've been sitting on the room for a while and thought I'd check in and say hello to all you folks out east there from smoky interior of southern British Columbia.
And Victor Echo 7, Echo India Alpha. Very best, Ron. Thank you much for checking in. Appreciate that. Coming in nice and clear here. Yeah, we heard that you guys are having fire issues there, and you've had that for a little bit. So we're hoping you're the best of weather conditions there to try and alleviate that situation. I know having smoke all over the place is no fun there. So because we actually get it way down here in the Maritime Province. Every once in a while, the jet stream will push all that smoke over here, and we actually have. Last week we had one. Environment Canada special weather statement for breeding and all that because of the smoke. So you're not the only one getting it. We're getting it too. Also, we know when we feel for you guys. So take care, Ron. Thank you for checking in. Appreciate that. And I have you at 4,095 kilometers from my station. So nice little distance there. I appreciate that effort. Have a good evening. The E1VUN for the Maritime Fusion Net.
Great, very good. Thanks, Yvonne. You all have an awesome evening out there. Take care. 7-3. P70IA mobile clear.
Okay, any other stations out there? And this is the last caller. VE1VUN standing by. And just like that, we'll call against quits. So there were 37 stations this evening. So to check in tonight, we would like to thank all the amateurs for checking in tonight, and our long-distance amateurs from out west of Canada and Australia. We appreciate that as well. We also want to thank the owners of all the repeaters and nodes we linked in tonight for helping us extend our area for local hams to check in. Il y avait 38 stations ce soir. On aimerait remercier tous les amateurs qui ont participé au réseau ce soir et on aimerait aussi également remercier les propriétaires des récepteurs des stations digitales personnelles qui se sont joints au réseau pour nous permettre une plus grande couverture. A recap of the net will be sent to all members via email. For more information about the Maritime Fusion Net, please go to the Moncton Area Amateur Radio Club website at www.maarc.ca and click on Club Activities and Net. Un compte rendu du réseau